Hey guys, Nick Biddle here coming at you with this week's Drip. Now this month we're going through complacency, and last week we talked about forcing ourselves to get comfortable being uncomfortable, and I wanted to shoot this in Wisconsin when I was up in Milwaukee, or when I got into Toronto, Canada, but it was just rainy and windy, and I just couldn't find a situation where I could record anything that wasn't inside my hotel room. And so now I'm back in Corn America for this week. And, part of complacency is just doing our best. Just got done behind me. You really can't see it, but behind me is a football field here in Corn America. And we just got finished up with the annual track meet for the grade school kids. I'm talking kindergarten through sixth grade. We're not handing out any scholarships today. There's no big medals given out, no big trophies. We just had about 250 to 300 kids showing up, and it's the big event of the year. And I choose to be home this week every year if I absolutely can, just because my kids look forward to it. And Elle is she's in seventh grade now, so she doesn't get to compete in it, but Cruz still does. He's fifth grader. It's amazing that the events that they're competing in. It's the softball throw, it's the football throw, it's tug of war, it's a 50-yard dash, a standing broad jump. I mean, this isn't the Olympics, unless you would just spend 2 minutes watching. You would really believe these kids are competing for their life. I mean, you're watching these kids get ready for the tug of war, and they're putting on their daddy's work gloves, and they got their baseball cleats so they can get better traction, and they're getting into chalk for their hands. I mean, these kids are serious. And the only reason is they want to do their absolute best. Do you do your absolute best? When you show up each day, are you giving it your best? Most of us as adults, we've kind of figured out how hard we have to work. Some of us have figured out how hard we have to work not to get fired. And that's pretty piss poor. Some of us have figured out how hard we have to work to get promoted. One of the worst things we can do is begin to compare ourselves against those we work with, because when we compare ourselves to others, we say, well, God, I'm not doing my best, but I'm doing more than that other clown, which makes me look better than them, so I'm good. When did that change? When did that change in your life? Because at some point in your life, I bet if I had a time machine, we could go back in time and find that track meet, that event when you were a little kid. And you'd probably be putting on your daddy's gloves and putting on your baseball cleats to get better traction. And it didn't matter the prize. You wanted to do your absolute best. And sometime in life, we've shifted gears, or a lot of us have. Hopefully you haven't. I want you to think about that. Tomorrow, today, ask yourself, is this my best? Because don't your coworkers, doesn't your contractor, don't they deserve our best? And if we're not giving it our absolute best, maybe we need to do a little soul searching and take another look at it. Think back to that kid many years ago who was doing their absolute best, not because they had to, but because they could. They were capable. Guys, that's it for this week's Drip. Until next time, take care.